Hello everyone and welcome to week 5 of the ICBA. We are taking on Aaron 2-4-20 this week, and it is currently 12:30 in the morning on a Monday night, or I guess it's Tuesday morning at this point. Either way, we got our work cut out for us facing a good battler at a weird hour. We've done this before though. There's Night Days, so he might be Scarfed. Night Days should also not kill. He's Life Orb. Perfect. That's information. That's information for me. So Zoroark kills Excadrill with Night Days. Now, okay, we know he's Life Orb. If he's Adamant Max Attack again with a Life Orb, I didn't calculate the Life Orb. 71 to 85%, maxed out at 125 damage. We have 129 health. We're gonna click. Yeah, we take that. Moonblast. There's no way Zoroark survives that. So Gardevoir kills Zoroark with Moonblast. And from where the Infernape is, from where that is, we're going to trace into Iron Fist, sure. We are going to click Moonblast. He might be Scarfed. He has not revealed that he's not, but I think he's... Oh no, we know we're faster. Moonblast, is he defensive? Not defensive enough. And Gardevoir kills Infernape with Moonblast. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my gosh, it's 12:30 in the morning. Ladies and gentlemen, the New York Empoleon have just taken down last season's champion, Leo, and the Durham Druddigons in a 2-0 fight. Leo, great game. You just gotta focus, you just gotta stay in it. We know how to win a battle. We know what we're doing. It's late. I know. I just had an 8 a.m. battle against Crystal Key in the IBL. Now I have a late battle against Aaron. It is what it is. You battle when you gotta battle. But we will be quiet this week. We will not be as excited and hype and loud. We will be a little softer, a little bit more like ASMR video kind of thing. So anyway, Aaron's team, terrifying, absolutely horrifying. Tapu Koko, Ferrothorn, Zygarde 50%, Reuniclus, Snorlax, Cofagrigus, Zoroark, Alomomola, Typhlosion, Mega Beedrill, and Vullaby. With Tapu Koko, Zygarde 50%, and Typhlosion being Z users, another non-Ubers team. Absolutely horrifying. So his speed tiers are really interesting. He has like nothing in the middle between 65 and 95, but he does have things up to base 145 in Mega Beedrill and all the way down to 20 in Ferrothorn, and then 3 Pokemon, Reuniclus, Snorlax, and Cofagrigus all at 30. So there's definitely a Trick Room element to this team if he decides to run it that way. I have to be prepared for that. But otherwise, he got the speed, and I think he does better than he does better with the speed element than he does the Trick Room element against my team. So he'll probably go that direction with it. Starting off on my team, we do have our Landorus Therian, Groundium Z this week, Stealth Rock, Stone Edge, U-Turn, and Earthquake. The only thing off the ground is that Vullaby, if he decides to bring it, and nothing that's on the ground resists ground. So Groundium Z was just generally going to hit a lot of things. I thought about Rocky MZ, but it really doesn't hit the Zygarde very hard, really doesn't hit the Ferrothorn very hard, probably still doesn't Oko the Vullaby. So I just decided that I was going to rock Groundium Z just to get a ton of damage off on something. It's just a big nuke. If he does decide to go into the Vullaby on this thing, I do have the Stone Edge. I can U-turn out, etc. So that is what this is going to be trying to run this week. I do want to get my rocks up. Chip damage is really big against his team if I can get them up. And getting some switch initiative with U-turn and stuff is really helpful. It's level 60 right now, but at level 50, its speed is designed to outspeed a modest Typhlosion if he goes that route. And otherwise, it's just going to outspeed everything it would otherwise normally outspeed, and not be able to outspeed things that he... Yeah, that's going to happen. That's what's going to have to happen, everybody. Anyway, I'm probably not going to leave that in, but just know that I had a really big yawn just now. We're going to leave
we're going to hope that this thing can outspeed what it needs to outspeed. U-turn can help get me some knowledge about things like Zoroark, stuff like that if he does decide to switch it in. And try to figure out what his Scarfer is, since I do outspeed a modest Typhlosion, although I don't outspeed a modest Zoroark, so I do have to watch out for that. Speaking of outspeeding a Zoroark, we do have a Sticky Web, Moonblast, Quiver Dance, Hidden Power, Fire, Ribombee here. Moonblast hits a significant portion of his team, with the only things resisting it being Ferrothorn, Mega Beedrill, and Typhlosion. Typhlosion I cannot touch, but Sticky Web, Quiver Dance, really good this week, I think. Getting the webs up, taking away that speed element. If he decides to go Trick Room, he's already going to underspeed me anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then between Moonblast and HP Fire, again, I hit everything but the Typhlosion super effectively or neutrally, which is really, really nice. And getting to +1 can really help me out. The reason I want the rocks up, again, is for that Typhlosion. Eruption, Scarf Eruption does a lot of work against my team, and I definitely want the rocks up in order to prevent that from just absolutely blowing me straight back. But again, this thing, if he doesn't have rocks up, does have the Focus Sash. I can Quiver Dance to then outspeed the Typhlosion, click Moonblast, maybe get a special attack drop, lower the power of Eruption, stuff like that. So there are options with Ribombee there, if I need that to become what it, something that it is able to do. Otherwise, this thing can come in late game and try to sweep. It can set up against certain threats in his team, though not that many. But it's more just a, bringing down the Volibee, for instance. That thing really cannot touch me outside of a stray Brave Bird or something wild like that. And we are running enough speed to outspeed everything that this thing naturally outspeeds, up through the Zoroark. And then that would default to outspeeding a Scarf Blaziken at +1 with the Quiver Dance, which is really, really nice. Next up we have Boyd, the Mega Gallade. It's going to be Steadfast this week, mostly just a misgen there. I'm not going to worry about it. I don't think I need Justified, but it's got Steadfast, and I'm just going to not stress about it because I am going to Mega Evolve first turn. Just know that I shouldn't be switching into a Foul Play from the Volibee or a knockoff from something. Or maybe switch into a knockoff anyway, but it can't be flinched. That's something. Close Combat, Taunt, Knockoff, and Ice Punch. Taunt is there for the Volibee. That is a very free switch into this Mega Gallade. Try to defog away my webs and my rocks, since it is one of his main defoggers on his team. And the only thing off the ground, I think he has to bring it. So Ice Punch does a lot of damage, Close Combat does a decent amount of damage, Knockoff obviously gets rid of the Eviolite, but Taunt is there really to handle that Volibee and threaten it out, along with things like the Ferrothorn or the Zygarde 50%, which I do outspeed. Now obviously when I Mega Evolve, I do get a big speed boost, so we will be able to take advantage of the extra 30 points in speed and outspeed everything that this thing naturally would, including and up through the Zoroark. Which allows us to outspeed the Zygarde 50% as well as a non-Scarf Typhlosion. Obviously I don't outspeed the Koko and I don't outspeed the Mega Beedrill, so I do have to watch out for those threats, but other than that, I should outspeed everything. And I can prevent Reuniclus from clicking Trick Room, or Cofagrigus from clicking Trick Room or something like that, though those things do scare my Mega Gallade quite a bit, since it is not super bulky. Next up we have Neffany the Jolteon. It is Scarf Jolteon this week, but is modest nature, so I am going to concede the fact that he might outspeed me with something like a Scarf Koko, but I do outspeed the Mega Beedrill with this, as well as everything else in his team being Scarfed. I do have enough speed to outspeed a Zoroark. A Scarf Zoroark and a Scarf Typhlosion. This is a pretty decent answer to an Eruption Typhlosion, since I can come in, click Volt Switch or Thunderbolt, and then probably Volt Switch and get out. The Volt Absorb versus Quick Feet debate rages on. You guys can decide if I went wrong, but Tapu Koko is a big enough threat that Volt Absorb seems justifiable to me this week. Now him getting me Electric Terrain is really nice for my Thunderbolt, but otherwise I'm not going to stress about Electric Terrain versus regular terrain too much. Just Scarf Volt Switch allows me to hit everything on his team that isn't Zygarde 50%, which is why we're running Hidden Power Ice. Now I don't have great coverage for the Ferrothorn, but again, Volt Switch gets me out against the Ferrothorn, and I can switch into something like the Mega Gallade that can handle it. Next up we have Jirachi. This is going to be one of the more interesting Jirachis that I've ever run. It is going to be Ancient Power, Calm Mind, Hidden Power, Fire, and Psychic. And it is going to be Weakness Policy, trying to take some hit from something, get a Calm Mind up as he switches into his Reuniclus, switches into Ferrothorn to go for a knockoff. You know, U-turn from a top. No, U-turn's not super effective, but something from like, you know, foul play from a Volibee. Click Calm Mind, get the boost, get the +3, go for Ancient Power, 20% chance I get an Ancient Power boost. That's what we're rocking this week. I'm glad we're having this battle at 12:30 in the morning, because, like, hell, I'm going for Ancient Power boost on a Jirachi. Like, let's be honest, I'm going for Weakness Policy Ancient Power boost on a Jirachi this week. I don't really care. It's Aaron. We have fun with Aaron. We've played him a few times, and they've always been super close, super fun battles. So if I can get one Ancient Power boost in this thing, I outspeed his entire team unscarfed. And if he hits me with a super effective move that doesn't kill me, I get +2/+2, and we go from there. This thing is designed to outspeed a modest Typhlosion, as well as a modest Zoroark, I believe, even if they are scarfed after an Ancient Power boost, which I'm banking on, guys. I'm literally, the whole team revolves around Jirachi getting an Ancient Power boost. It doesn't, but I should make a team that does. But we are running it this week. We'll see how it goes. And Hidden Power Fire is there for the Ferrothorn. And that's about it. Honestly, that's why I put Hidden Power Fire on it, because I can hit everything else neutrally anyway with the other two moves. And last up, we have Milliard, our Mandibuzz, which is his Volibee evolved. Taunt, Foul Play, Root, and Toxic. Taunt, therefore, his Volibee. Toxic is a generally useful move, hitting everything that isn't Ferrothorn or Mega Beedrill. And then Foul Play, allowing me to OHKO a Mega Beedrill after Rocky Helmet damage, and just otherwise do decent damage to a huge chunk of his team, and consistent damage to Snorlax if he does decide to start setting up with that thing, although Taunt does allow me to prevent that from happening. Toxic and Copagrigus, Toxicing Reuniclus to test what it is, Zygarde, something like that is not a bad option for me at all, and my Mandibuzz does handle a lot of the threats on his team. That's what we're going to be running this week. Hopefully you guys enjoy. I'll get you guys set up with that battle right about now, and we'll see what happens, because I don't know what's going to happen. It's 12:40 in the morning, and we are just getting started. So I'll be right back, guys. See you in a second. All right, everyone, welcome back. We're going to jump in right here a little bit before he selects his Pokemon. Just another reminder, since some of you guys probably skip over the Team Builder, and I will be putting the timestamps in the description of when you can jump to, as you guys have probably figured out. But the team I'm expecting him to bring right below us, and it is 12:45 in the morning, so I will not be loud today. So this is what you get. This is the volume you have. If you need more, turn it up. I'll try to turn it up a little bit in post. Tapu Koko, Zygarde, there's the Volibee, Zoroark, Snorlax, and Typhlosion, so real scary, most of what I thought, but no Mega Beedrill is interesting to me. Zoroark, no Reuniclus, he goes with the Zygarde instead of the Reuniclus as well. Where is the Reuniclus? I don't even know where that is. There it is. Okay, the Reuniclus and Zygarde. So, isolating threats. Typhlosion, obviously a huge problem. He's brought all three of his possible Z users. Volibee can be a big problem. It's his only defogger this week. And Zoroark, naturally have to isolate what the Zoroark is. So I could try to set up my rocks right away, but I don't trust anything, ever. I never trust anything. I could go with my Sticky Webs first as well. I am going to lead with my Landorus here. I think that's going to be my best lead. Although I really just don't trust anything. I'm not gonna lie. Really just not gonna lie, I just don't trust. Zero trust. Alright, good luck to my opponent Aaron. 2-4-20 and the Calgary Infernapes. If you have never seen them, or want to go watch them this battle, his side is probably going to be more energetic than mine, so check out his link in the description below. But we are going to give him a run for his money right here. Gonna try at least. Gonna try to do everything we can. I'm gonna turn on the HP bar like right away. Now he has to wonder if I'm scarfed. Question is, Tapu Koko, how much do you do with a Hidden Power Ice? Because you gotta have it. Your Life Orb, you OHKO. If you're not Life Orb, you don't. EQ straight takes this thing out. He's got to be worried that I'm scarfed. So he may just hard switch into the Volibee or something. I don't want to lose Landorus here, but I know what he has to do in order to play. Like, he could just lose his Coco if he stays in and I'm Scarfed. I'm gonna click U-turn. He goes for the hidden power. Let's see the Life Orb. Because we do take one if it's not Life Orb. Wow, that's not even like modest. So he could have just lost his Coco there. Instead, we get the U-turn off. Does about 20%, so we do see the hidden power. It could be water, because that did not do as much as I would expect ice to do. And we didn't see the Life Orb. Now I can go into Jolteon. I can go into Jolteon here, which can click Volt Switch very freely. He does have the Zygarde, but I'm not, or I am Scarfed. Do I think he'd go into the Zygarde when I could just Hidden Power Ice with that? Or I could go out into my, I could go into Rabombi, I could go out into Jirachi. I think it's too soon for Jirachi. I want to go into my Jolteon here. And he could go into Zygarde. That's definitely a play he could make. Do I think he's going to make that play into Zygarde now? I don't want to just double, but giving Zygarde a free Dragon Dance would be really problematic for me. Although I do have my Mandibuzz, which can kind of handle the Zygarde pretty well. And I could just go straight for Hidden Power Ice. How much does Hidden Power Ice from a Jolteon do to a Tapu Koko? That's like 40%, 35%. I'm going to click a Volt Switch here. If he goes into Zygarde, I know he's just going to make the predictable plays then, and I'm going to be okay with it. Goes out into the Snorlax here. So trying to see what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for the Volt Switch, which does 35% to a Snorlax, or 30% Snorlax in electric terrain. So he's got some bulk. Now, in retrospect, the Tapu Koko couldn't have been the whatchamacallit. Alright, this is me going out into Boyd, my Gallade, and being able to click a free close combat on anything. If he goes out into his Tapu Koko, then he goes out into his Tapu Koko. Now I could go for a knockoff as well, because I doubt he's just going to sack Snorlax here to nothing. And Koko is really his only switch, or Volibee, or his only switches into close combat. Let's see, Snorlax. Yeah, it dies to a close combat. He could be Chople. I'm going to click Knockoff. I don't know what he's going to do, but I expect him to switch out here. Though I've already misplayed once and not killed his Koko when I had the chance to. Really should have just clicked Earthquake there. Didn't lose much. Even if he went into Volibee, all I did was just U-turn at that point, because I have sped. He does switch out. Goes out into Best Defoger. Best Defoger. And we are going to get our Mega off, and we are going to knock off on this little baby Volibee. It's a Vulture baby. Let's see, so that's going to do 10%. Okay, but the Eviolite's gone. And now that he doesn't have Eviolite, he's clearly defensive. Actually, he's probably not defensive. No, he's definitely defensive. Did 10%. That's max defense. So I could do 40% with the close combat. I could taunt. I don't know what he's going to want to do, though. I can go Jolteon, and then I can click Hidden Power Ice as well. I could go Jolteon. I could go Jirachi. Jirachi pretty much hard walls this thing no matter what set it's running. Foul Play just gives me a weakness policy boost. And then I still get a free chance to go for an Ancient Power. It's not exactly how I want to use my Jirachi, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go into Jirachi here. We'll see if he goes for the Foul Play. Goes for the Foul Play. Which does 50%. And we get a weakness policy boost. Which now means that he does probably kill me with another one, to be honest. Or not probably, he definitely kills me with another one. But he's physically defensive. And we're at +2 special attack. So Ancient Power should kill from this range. It should just kill, straight up. And if we get the boost, then we're in real good shape. Takes him out. Best of Fogger Faints. No boost. No boost. So Jirachi kills Volibee with Ancient Power. So down goes that thing. So now everything's weak. So now a Groundium Z is free. If I can get that thing in on like the Snorlax or like a -1 Zygarde. Colgate is the Zygarde. I don't know if I EV'd to fully outspeed Zygarde. Let me take a look. 167. That should outspeed Zygarde. And so I am going to click... How much does a +2 Psychic do to a Zygarde? 60 to 70%. Hidden Power Fire, not Hidden Power Ice, so... That's unfortunate. It's the Zoroark. Okay. Well, Zoroark's now... We've seen U-turn on Zoroark. And we are going to mark down that Zoroark was Zygarde. Ramen Classic is the Snorlax. We go for the Psychic, which tells him that I don't have the Hidden Power Ice. There's a berry. What berry is it? Just citrus. Now, Snorlax took 50% from the Psychic. Could take another 50% from the Psychic. He could go back into Zoroark here, which clearly outsped me. But U-turn didn't kill. I could go for an Ancient Power here, which I think I'm going to do. I'm going to go for the Ancient Power. Just to see if I can get this boost. He's probably got some, like, Earthquake or something. I got the boost! Alright. So we don't survive an Earthquake if he goes for it. There's an Earthquake. Yeah, we're not going to survive that. But I got the boost. So it's unfortunate that we don't survive, and we didn't get the boost earlier, but Snorlax kills Jirachi with Earthquake. So he proves that he does have it. I could go into my Landers here and just go for a Groundium Z, which hits everything on his team at this point. I could also go for a Close Combat, which still doesn't hit the Tapu Koko. I don't think I lose anything by clicking Earthquake. Even just regular Earthquake. I don't even know if I have to click Groundium Z at this point. Regular Earthquake should do about 50% to a Snorlax. I don't know why I'm shivering. I am so cold right now, guys. I cannot explain why I am so freezing cold right now, but I am. So regular Earthquake does a chunk to anything. Typhlosion's obviously still a problem, but there's nothing I can do about that right now. I mean, I could set up my rocks, but then I could lose my Landorus, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to click Groundium Z. If he stays in with Snorlax and sacks it off, then that's fine. We used up our Groundium Z, and we revealed our item. Kills Snorlax with Groundium Z. And we will get that kill on the Snorlax. Getting my rocks up is going to be really tough. There's probably nothing I can get them up against now, so Landorus is kind of useless, and I don't get my rocks up this game. Not ideal. Jolteon does outspeed everything on his team, but he does still have the Zygarde 50% that I do have to watch out for. Mega Gallade is a pretty good Pokemon against a majority of his team, but not. Shadow Fire XD, is that that's the Typhlosion. Okay. Now if you're Modest, not Scarf, I outspeed you. But I guarantee you're just Scarf Earthquake, or Scarf Eruption right here. Since nothing takes 2. I'm gonna click Earthquake, see what he goes for. Hidden Power Ice on this thing as well. He's really scared of this Landorus, apparently. Okay, so Typhlosion kills Landorus T with Hidden Power Ice. Okay, and let's see. So if he's not Scarfed, then he doesn't outspeed my Mega Gallade. If he is Scarfed, he's Scarfed into Hidden Power Ice. So this is another free chance for me to click Knockoff, I think. With my Mega Gallade. Because if he's not Scarfed, then he doesn't outspeed me, and he gets scared. Oh my god, guys, I am shivering. I don't know why. I mean, I know why. It's because it's cold, but I don't know why I'm so cold. Close Combat should kill. So I could just click Close Combat at this point. And if he's Scarfed, he might just Hidden Power Ice again. I can also just knock off, and if he's Scarfed, then he loses the Scarf anyway. So I'm going to knock off. I don't really want anything. Don't want anything switching in. I don't want a Scarf Zoroark coming in. I don't want a Scarf Zygarde or, you know, whatever Zygarde to come in. I do have the Ice Punch for the Zygarde. So we're going to knock off. He's not Scarfed. What is he? What item are you? Z. He's Z Typhlosion. Okay. And he goes for the Fire Blast. Well, at that point, I just click Close Combat, which should do the remainder of that damage, for sure, based on that spread. He's got to be Scarf Zoroark. That damage on my Gallade is not great. I'm definitely not playing my best right now, but I do still have Jolteon. I do still have the Sash on my Rabombi active for the Zygarde as well, and Mandibuzz is still at full health. So we do have options. I can Toxic things with the Mandibuzz if I have to. So there's a Close Combat coming out, and that should take out the Typhlosion from here. Okay, so we knew it was a Z move, but he didn't get to use it. So Mega Gallade kills Typhlosion with Close Combat. And he could go into Coco. Colgate. This could be the Zygarde or the Zoroark. If it's the Zoroark, then it probably outspeeds me. He's probably Scarf Zoroark. But Night Daze doesn't kill if he's Scarfed. If he's Scarfed Modest. If he's Scarf Modest, Night Daze doesn't kill. And if he's actually Zygarde, Extreme Speed doesn't kill. But I don't want to stay in on this thing and find out. I just really don't. So I'm going to go out into my Mandibuzz here. If he had Pursuited Zoroark there, that would have been crazy. Dark Pulse, so this is the Zoroark. And that's fine. Dark Pulse. Are you Life Orb? No, you're not Life Orb. We know you're not Life Orb. He's probably Scarf. I'm going to click Toxic here. There is a 0% chance that I don't click Toxic here. He's got to be Scarf the way that he just played that. Out comes the Tapu Koko. And this is where Dazzling Gleam is going to be his best play. And as long as I can land this Toxic, which I do, Jolteon is a pretty free switch in here. since he has to click D-Gleam. And yes, if he's choice Scarfed and max speed, then he outspeeds my Jolteon, because I ran Modest. But if he's not, then I do get the chance to just click Volt Switch, and if he does go out into his Zygarde, then I just hard switch out at that point with my Jolteon, which has not revealed that it's Scarfed yet. And I don't think he just can switch into his Zygarde pretty freely, or entirely freely. Now he could U-turn, which actually I would be okay with, because then I get the ability to see what he wants to go into. And there's the U-turn, yeah, so he's afraid of the Jolteon, prepped well for it. But that's okay if he goes into Zygarde here, or Zoroark. I am Scarfed. Question is, what do I think this is going to be? Do I think it's Zygarde, or do I think it's Zoroark? I don't see him going hard Zygarde, because Zygarde, I haven't locked myself into anything, and it doesn't kill from here with an extreme speed. This has to be Zoroark. It has to be Scarf Zoroark, and he's expecting it to outspeed my Jolteon. Which means I go for a Volt Switch. This is a dangerous play. I could go for a Signal Beam. Signal Beam has a chance to just straight up OHKO a Zoroark. I'm going to go for the Signal Beam here. Expecting this to be Zoroark. That's Zygarde. Okay, he goes into the real Zygarde there. So I could have HP Iced. So Zygarde, 50% kills Jolteon with 1,000 arrows. He could be Scarfed. I'm just going to assume everything is Scarfed on his team, basically, is kind of where I'm at right now. 1,000 arrows doesn't kill my Gallade from where it's at, and Ice Punch does kill from where it's at. So we get to go into Gallade here and click Ice Punch, because if he is Scarfed, then he doesn't kill. Extreme Speed also can't kill. And Ice Punch does a lot. He could be Yachi. And then I lose my Gallade. And then I can go into Rabombi and click Moonblast, because if he goes for an extreme speed and stuff. No Yachi. So there's the damage that we need. So down goes Zygarde. So Mega Gallade kills Zygarde 50% with Ice Punch. Now he's probably just going to Thunderbolt, since my Jolteon's gone, and my Landorus is gone. Not ideal. He is Toxic. How many turns left of Electric Terrain are there? Just this last one turn of Electric Terrain. Gallade's not doing much for me against Zoroark. Mandibuzz is doing a lot more for me. How much does Rabombi do to a Tapu Koko? 57.5% to 67.8%. Since I know that he's Scarfed... Oh, this is interesting, because I do have the chance to go for a Quiver Dance with my Rabombi. Which then would kill the Tapu Koko. Okay. So I am going to click Knock Off here. That's Ice Punch. I just misclicked into Ice Punch. It's not a big deal. He goes for the Wild Charge. So he's a mix set. That's going to kill. And the Recoil is going to bring him down. And the Toxic's going to bring him down. And there goes the Electric Terrain. So I do have the chance to go into Rabombi here. I do have the Focus Sash. He could have the Sucker Punch on Zoroark, but U-turn plus Sucker Punch doesn't kill, and then Zoroark doesn't 1v1 the Mandibuzz. So I get a Quiver Dance here. There's the U-turn. Yeah, U-turn plus Sucker Punch is not going to kill. And now I get the Quiver Dance. So he goes out into the Zoroark, which we are pretty sure is Scarfed, but we do outspeed that with the Quiver Dance up. So even if he has Sludge Bomb, which technically if he's shiny he shouldn't be able to have Sludge Bomb, but I know that Legality checks it out that you can. But we do have the Moonblast. If he's not Scarf, if he's like Focus Sash, that'd be crazy. But that just takes out the Zoroark. So Rabombi. Oh wait, so the Tapu Koko kills Mega Gallade with Wild Charge, and then Rabombi kills Zoroark with Moonblast, and this should take out the Tapu Koko from here. At +1, he could technically be Scarf. No, he can't, because he just clicked Wild Charge then U-turn. So we know he's not Scarf, so we know he has speed. And there's no reason this Moonblast shouldn't kill this Tapu Koko from here. And it does, so Tapu Koko goes down, so Rabombi kills Tapu Koko with Moonblast. And despite the freezing cold of my body, and despite myself very tired right now, I'm like playing on autopilot, but great game to Aaron. Thank you so much for getting this battle in, dude. I know we have had a little bit of trouble scheduling, so I really appreciate finding a time that was going to work, even if it was 1 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, this one's even later than the Leo battle, but same result, 2-0 win, and clicking Moonblast at the end of the game. It feels like it's all happening again. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week, week 6, as we take on Matt Osha and the Montreal Milotics here in the ICBA. We are riding a modest winning streak, but I do not want to get complacent right now. I don't believe that it's something that is a guarantee for us. So I hope you guys stick around and continue enjoying the content. I am sorry if this was quiet and less energetic and less well thought out and some weirder moments. I'm sure that my commentary is crazy. I honestly don't even remember what I said half the time. But thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.